following program was paid for by CCN Broadcasting Limited. It comes to you from WNYC's Lease Time Service, a distinct component of WNYC TV.
אני סומר על גוסרי הגופני, הסתה מודוקנה, שוכחת את זה. אני לא אוכל הרבה, לא סוטה, לא מעשן ולא לבייקר.
יאיר ניצני! מודי ברון! אני הרשמי! מני פיר! וטוביה צפיר!
Guess where we are? We're at Tel Aviv University with two of the foremost comedians in the state of Israel. That's before partition. After partition, I don't know what will happen. Meni Peer on my right, and Czfir, a great impersonationist. I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but he's like Rich Little, David Fry, but better yet, and he's going to do some of his shtick. Let me explain to our audience, I think some of you are quite sensitive that we are doing this all in jest. No one is making fun out of any Jewish leaders. Sometimes we do get mail from people who watch our show who think that enormous respect must be paid to Jewish leaders. We agree, but tonight's a fun night. It's just fun, fun, fun.
It's more than that. It's more than that. Before the last elections, who took place in Israel, Tuvia and me and another very talented girl named Osnat Vishinsky, we had a great show about the elections. And Tuvia has made there all the politicians in Israel. You couldn't make them all. And we got some letters, not in the same spirit you get for your show. Ones of those who Tuvia didn't put on stage, and they've been offended.
That they weren't on.
Yeah, really.
But I implore the audience not to be upset. Please understand that we're in Israel. This is jest, this is fun, and I think you're going to laugh. Those of you who do know these people, we have great respect for the Prime Minister of Israel, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Sharon, all the politicians who have been duly elected by the people of Israel. But there is no democracy without the fact that one can make fun and parodies about these people, and let's not get too serious about it.
Attention all Americans age 65 or older on Medicare. Medicare's 1991 cutbacks leave you with record gaps in your health care coverage. If you do not have a Medicare supplement, you are advised to protect yourself with National Home Life Secure Care plans that help cover the record cutbacks as well as Medicare's existing gaps. Call this number now. If you have a Medicare supplement, you are advised to compare it to all these benefits Secure Care covers. Call this number now. Secure Care pays Medicare's 1991 cutbacks, plus benefits not found in many other plans, like care at home and excess doctor charges, and comes with affordable rates and personal customer service. Don't miss this opportunity to call now for free information on Secure Care.
Call 1-800-847-8700, 1-800-847-8700, 1-800-847-8700. Call now.
Back in the 60s, I remember taking a stand against all kinds of injustice. We'd sing songs like, "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother," and we thought we could change the world. A lot has happened since then. I have a home, a career, but I've never lost those feelings. Right now, there are children who urgently need our help. As a Child Reach sponsor, you reach out to one suffering child. You give a child the chance to go to school, grow nutritious food, drink clean water, get life-saving vaccines. Imagine, only $22 a month changes a child's life for good. I haven't given up on changing the world. I'm changing the world for one little girl. For me, it's Jenny. For you, well, one child is waiting for you to care. Please call now.
Child Reach Sponsorship is a program of Plan International USA, formerly Foster Parents Plan.
Meni, you just performed now for Galei Tzahal. Was that for peanuts or
No.
Coca-Cola?
Even not for that. It was my serving. It's the way we serve the army. As a civilian now, this is the way we participate our duty, I would say fulfill our duty as a sergeant in the Army of Israel, in the IDF radio, which is Galei Tzahal.
Meni,
They use us because we are quite, as you have said, we are quite known on TV and radio here in Israel.
What do you mean quite known? Famous.
Famous doesn't mean we are rich.
I walk through the hall now, everybody reaped his shirts. I mean, he looks like a textile salesman. For him, they took his shirt off, they ripped him to pieces. I mean, this man's really
But
well known.
What do you know? What does it mean being famous in Israel, which is no more than a community of 4 million people?
Well, you're the Johnny Carson of Israel. You've got a big home in Beverly Hills. You go to Boca Raton on weekends.
Not yet. Once we
You go to Yoknam Elite for the weekends.
If I'm a Ole Chadash, I may get it. Once
new
we've
immigrant.
Once we've calculated it, when they reduced the airtime of Carson to 3 times a week for 1 hour instead of 1.5, and they raised his salary, I think, to 5 or 6 million per year. And we have calculated, and we found out that if Carson sneezes on his show, and one dares to say, God bless you, then NBC may lose on his show as much as the Israeli television pays me for the whole show. 12 seconds of Carson is the fee they pay me for the whole hour.
But look at the tax problems he has. You avoid the tax
No,
problems.
he pays for 4 women. I pay just
that's
for
it, that's it.
one and only beloved
You
wife.
don't have 4 women to feed, that's it.
Vטוביה.
And what I wanted to tell about this is that we don't complain. We have nothing to complain.
Why'd you lose your hair?
You know, they ask a newcomer from Russia, how was the food in Russia? Sorry. So, no, I'm saying sorry because I spit on you.
It's okay. I don't
It's okay?
mind. It's the rain season.
So,
At least we have rain.
so the newcomer says, we have nothing to complain. And how was the salary in Russia? We have nothing to complain. And how was the life in Russia? Nothing to complain. So why did you come to Israel? Because here I can complain.
I want to tell you something about Vטוביה and Czfir. We've known each other a little time. We have not met intimately. But every place that I go amongst the higher politicians, everyone tells me this guy is absolutely fantastic. Schwarzkopf was done by Vטוביה to Czfir the other day, and everybody was rocking and rolling in their seats. Shamir, I don't know if he turns it on or turns it off, but boy, he does a better Shamir than Shamir does, I'll tell you. He talks more than Shamir. Shamir doesn't talk too much. And
You only say no, 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 no.
לא, 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 כן, 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 לא, 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 לא. והשם אומר לו, מה זה כל הקנים האלה שאמרת? אז הוא אומר, לא, הוא שאל אם שומעים טוב.
Sometimes the audience in Tel Aviv clubs, where I have the chance to be the MC, the conferencier of Vטוביה, and they are asking, give us more of this no of Shamir. We would like to hear this no of our Prime Minister. And then Vטוביה goes on stage and say, no, you won't get it.
Vטוביה, give us a little Shamir.
Yes.
A little bit.
To lower bit.
As low as you can get.
Okay? Shalom. I really feel very good to say shalom to everyone. Czerny, hold yourself together in one place.
Shalom under.
He said 5 years. I met him 9 times.
Say shalom under conditions.
Czerny, you know, whenever I'm in New York City, You are very good to me. You settle me the Regency, right? The Regency Hotel. I have a question, please. You always give me the penthouse, but I can't reach the button in the elevator. Please make me, give me the third floor.
I gotta take time out for a commercial break. I'm cracking up. I've never seen
Should your name be on this envelope? It should if you or someone you love is over age 50, and it will be addressed to you if you call now for this important information. Free information about a life insurance policy designed especially for people age 50 and over. Life insurance with no physical examination and no medical questions. You cannot be turned down, regardless of your health or for any reason. And your premium will be $6.95 a month and will never increase. Inter-America Life Insurance Company wants to send you the important information in this envelope, and it's free. So if you are over age 50 and thought it would be difficult to buy life insurance, shouldn't you call now? Here's the number.
Call 1-800-422-9900 for free information and your free guide to Social Security. Call now, 1-800-422-9900.
To succeed, you have to plan your next move, even before you make this one. It's called perspective. At Manufacturers Hanover, we never lose sight of your overall financial goals, because we know we don't all reach success by the same route.
If you're going to hunt for investment bargains, if you want to make sound investment decisions in today's volatile market, the most powerful, reliable tool you can use is information. That's right, information. And now every month, Standard & Poor's Stock Guide will bring you information of a scope you've never seen before. This big, unique 268-page stock guide provides you with essential facts and figures on more than 5,000 listed and unlisted stocks. You'll find out about their earnings, prices, dividends, company products, over 40 revealing characteristics. The guide also covers mutual funds, feature articles, and much more. This is the famous stock guide many professional investors and brokers consider the information source, and over 375,000 smart investors turn to it every month. Now you can use it as a solid foundation for your investment strategy.
Yes, you can receive 6 months of Standard & Poor's Stock Guide for only $46.50, a real saving over the regular subscription price. Simply call this toll-free number, 800-272-2000. That's 800-272-2000. Send no money now. We'll bill you later.
No, Leon, may I call you Leon? We are laughing.
Why not? What do you want to call me?
Shamir? It depends how much I pay. You know, you are still a lawyer. Really, we are laughing, but we are in a very, very serious situation. We have to balance, Tuvia. If he makes a Shamir, he has to make a Paris.
It's called equal time in America.
Yeah.
Equal time.
Yes.
For the opposition. Yes.
You know Paris. I've seen you in many dinners, donation dinners, when you contributed a lot. You know, Tuvia, may I say it in Hebrew? Hu torem hamon.
Money?
Money.
To Israel.
Yes.
Hamon is a palace.
Yeah. This is Harmon.
Hamon is a lot.
Now, Paris makes it marvelously. Tuvia, make it as a Paris, a donation evening.
Leon. Or may I say in this case, dear Leon? You know, the word dear in Hebrew has a double meaning. It means close to the heart. It makes me laugh.
He has to comb his hair too.
It means close to the heart, but it also means expensive. In your case, you are dear to us, but we are expensive to you, huh? I tell you something, Leon. They ask me why I don't wink. You know, they say it's not natural. And I want to tell you, you know, it's Rabin, my opponent in the Labour Party. You know Isaac Shamir, the Prime Minister. When you have to watch Isaac in one side and Isaac, little Isaac, in the other side, you can't afford yourself to close your eyes even for 1 minute.
You won't believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are really seeing top comedy. I mean, Jackie Mason looks second rate compared to Tuvia Czfir. You know what I mean? And Meni Peer is unbelievable. Now, we watched Tuvia before do a piece on Sharon, which blew me away.
שדה התעופה בבן גוריון, על המסלול, זה בסדר? זה בסדר? תגיד לי! תענה! אני כבר לא נושם 4 דקות. כן! בגלל זה אני ארגנתי בתים על גלגלים. אנחנו נביא את הבתים לשדה התעופה, כשהעולה יורד הוא נכנס ישר לבית, ובלילה כשאף אחד לא רואה, הוא נוסע לאן שהוא רוצה!
Whenever Tuvia is impersonating Sharon, he starts his piece, or his shtick as we say in Hebrew, with once Sharon's wife, Lily, said, he never laughed like this. So Sharon said, why do you say it to me?
I once flew on a plane with Arik Sharon to London, and we had a very serious discussion in between his eating food, which meant there was about 2 minutes worth of discussion.
Not in the same row.
I want to tell all the good Jews over the seas. They can count on me. I mean, I was many ministers in the government of Israel. Yes. I was once minister of anti-culture, of agriculture. Don't correct me. Don't correct me. Don't correct me.
Oh, sorry.
What are you, Uri Dan?
Then I was the minister of defense, defensive. Then Minister of Geschäftsallach and Fabrication. Yes.
Now of housing and lousing.
Now of housing and lousing, you say. Yes. But I tell you, when I'll be Prime Minister, you're going to see in Yehuda v'Shomron, in Judah and Samaria, 1 million Jews. Yes. In Ar Kabir, Mountain Kabir, 2 million Jews. And in Abu Kabir, it's jail in Israel. 4 million Jews.
Now, will you please tell Mr. Sharon about our problems with getting more dollars from the United States of America?
Yes, I had talked about it with the Treasury Minister of the States. What's his name?
Brady.
Brady, yes, Mr. Brady. Yes, I told him.
Our bread.
Yes, give us more bread, Mr. Brady. Yes, Brady, Schmady.
They have some,
I told him, listen.
They have some conditions, you know.
Yes, he told me, I don't mind to give you the $700 million, but please don't use them for settlements in Judah and Samaria and Java. I told him, listen, minister, listen very carefully, listen. You don't tell me what to do with your money, understand? It's written on your money, in God we trust. You trust in God, we trust in dollars. I know what I'm talking about. We are it, Ariel, Lion.
To the Leo Chani Report. It used to be a serious show. We've turned into a comedy hour. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a commercial break, and we're going to meet David Levy, foreign minister of the state of Israel. Doesn't speak English, and I'm not sure about his French because I don't understand French, so he can tell me whatever he wants. Hebrew, I'm not so great at anyway, so he can say whatever he wants. But we'll be back. Don't leave us. This is hysterical. Meni Peer, will be back with us to be sober, and Tuvia Tzafir,
wherever he wants to go.
Right. Stay tuned.
I need to know who's news and what's news in business quickly every day.
Today's Wall Street Journal, in 3 concise sections, saves you time yet gives you all the news you need every business day.
I need to know the latest trends in marketing.
And what my competitors are up to.
I need to know what's new in technology.
And how to run a small company.
And how it all affects me.
And I need to know today.
The information you need to compete, clear, concise, complete, in today's Wall Street Journal. Call now and you can have 13 weeks of the Wall Street Journal and this valuable 120-page guide to understanding money and markets. That's 13 weeks of the journal for the news and ideas you need every business day. And this guide free, which tells you everything you want to know about money and markets, all for only $37, a 24% savings off the newsstand price. Call now, toll-free 800-228-1200. That's 800-228-1200 for today's Wall Street Journal.
My name is David Rubin. I'm the president of Rickle Rubin Associates, a full-line commercial insurance brokerage company. We offer all our customers our expertise, our experience, and of course, our personalized service. It is an honor and our privilege to be able to support the Leon Charney Report.
Stay tuned for an important offer from Barron's.
You usually buy a stock in the expectation that it's going to go up. The problem is you're buying it from someone who's equally convinced that it's going down. This sobering observation is brought to you by Barron's. Because the difference between happiness and unhappiness in such exchanges often comes down to who's better informed. And that's where we can help. With weekly updates on thousands of stocks and bonds, interviews with insightful stock pickers, reports on promising companies, and one of the most complete statistical digests published anywhere. Of course, you could ignore all that and trust your luck. But then Barron shows up every week without fail, which is more than you can say for luck.
Subscribe now to Barron's and get 13 weeks for only $28 with a money-back guarantee. Call 800-228-6333. That's 800-228-6333.
Bush, Baker, Shamir, Sharon, Rabin, Perez, Jerusalem, New York, Golan Heights, West Bank, Negev, Navon, Netanyahu, Herzog, Brooklyn, Tel Aviv, Rivlin, Weizmann, Begin, Reagan, Nixon, Kissinger, the Leon Charney Report.
In a minute, you will have Leon Charney for the Leon Charney Report, and here is Leon.
Hello, my name is Meni Peer.
Not yet. You are Leon the Lion.
I don't make a living, but I'm very popular in Israel. Everybody knows me. When I go to the army, they all know me. When I don't go out of the army, they know me in the streets and everything, but still I can't make a living. I'm trying to buy a house, and I can't get a mortgage. Tuvia Tzafir and I have been working for 10 years. Nothing happened so far, except everybody knows us. Gurnisht means nothing. So what am I staying in Israel for? I like Israel. Why do I like Israel? I don't know. My parents were born here. They told me it's my homeland, so I have roots here. Understand what I mean, mister? This is Jackie Mason. Anyway, let's get to very serious topics like secretaries of state and foreign ministers.
Jackie Mason has been here, and when he came here, he said he has a problem. Because for years he has been performed on stages in America, and everybody told him, you're too Jewish. Now he came to Israel, and he said, nobody understood me here. You know why? I'm too Jewish.
It's true, by the way. I know Jackie Mason very well. He's always had this problem. Tell me, Manny, when Tuvia does these imitations, how do the politicians take it?
They are envious. because the audience prefer Tuvia to them.
I do too.
Yes, because there is a common mistake as if he is impersonating them. He's not an imitation, he's original. They are moving from one position to another. Well, he stands where he is for years.
I notice you don't do Modai. You're afraid he'll take the income tax on you, no?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a real hard job here to do my frisura, my hair.
This is David
and
Levy.
I don't want you to start shooting before it's done.
This is David Levy. That's the most English he's spoken in the last 49 years.
שמעתי שעשו לך בוולבו פלאפן? מר לוי, אני בלשון חיוב... תן להתנפח כמו שצריך.
I had a private meeting with David Levy the other day and was not supposed to be leaked to the press, but someone from his office leaked it. So they asked me what we spoke about, and I said birth control. David Levy has 11 children.
Yes, and I like very much to appear in Man Auditorium, which is called in Hebrew Echal Itrabut. I mean, multiplication, hall, multiplication, I mean, a very hard word to say, But can I tell them what I told Mr. Baker?
Will you please? But you know that the first time David Levy, or David Levy as we call him here in Israel, went to the States to meet the Secretary of State. How do you call it? Secretary of State?
Secretary
By
of
the way,
State.
here in Israel, Mr. Levy, Mr. Czfir, excuse me, Mr. Levy, we don't use this term in Israel. We don't say the Secretary of State. How do you call it? This is, in Hebrew, it's שר החוץ, yes? But
Minister of Foreign
in English,
Affairs.
שר החוץ?
No, the Minister of Out.
Out of control. But
Chutz means out in Hebrew, so you call yourself Sar means minister, and Chutz means out, so they call themselves the Minister of Out.
And for the first time when he went to meet the Secretary of State, it's a very famous story. It's a known fact that by the end of the meeting, it was last summer, Mr. Baker came, asked his pardon in French, went out and came back and said, the President, Mr. Levy, will be more than pleased to meet you tomorrow morning. It felt like a big boom here in Israel. Mr. Levy has got the access to the White House, you know? And then it was revealed that Mr. Baker went out and called the President and told him, Mr. President, what are you doing tomorrow? He said, my schedule is full. He said, you won't miss him. You have to meet him. You have to find half an hour. You have to meet him. Don't miss this guy. He won't be here again.
You know that the President speaks French?
Really?
He understood me. I talked to him French.
How come?
I told him, Bush mon ami, mamen et ami. Which means? Mamen is finance et ami. Yes.
Unbelievable. We have two of the best comedians that I've ever seen in Israel. I've seen them all, and I even worked with a very famous comedian in film named Shaiki Ophir, who's now dead. I've seen them all. These two are unbelievable.
אל תצחק מדוד לוי. זה שהוא שר החוץ זה חוסך מטוסים. הוא טס עם השפתיים.
When we drafted the army, so when Tuvia drafted the army a year before me, by that you may understand that I'm a younger of Tuvia.
I figured it out with my calculator.
Now, Tuvia was drafted to the army to an entertainment group, and Shaiki Ophir was the first one who put him on stage, on a professional stage.
That's it.
Tuvia, there's no one like you in the country. I mean, I've asked around. You're absolutely number one in impersonations, impressions. How'd you get to do this? I once rode with Rich Little. There was a time in my life when I was a theatrical lawyer, and I was quite friendly with Rich Little. And he used to study characters endlessly, and really their monologues. And I mean, it's not easy to do what you do. How did you get to this?
Right. Actually, I went to it by chance. I mean, there was a satirical show on TV about 20 years ago, and I haven't been considered as an impersonator then. But then we have a piece about Menachem Begin to make there, and the classical story, the guy who should imitate him was ill or something, and I dropped in and they discovered me.
I want to tell you that this is a wonderful place.
I want to tell you, Mr. Czerny, I want to tell you a story. a very important story. You know that Mr. Bush is about to visit the area.
Mr. Carter.
No, Mr. Bush is about to visit my presider, my Shamir, Mr. Shamir. Don't know if you'll find him. You have to search a lot for him. Anyway, when Mr. Carter was here in Jerusalem, he asked me, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like to see the Wailing Wall. I was moved. I was moved by his request. I told him, of course, with great accommodation, with great respect. Do you mind if you'll take Mr. Burg with us? You know, you remember, Mr. Burg was
the oldest minister in the
right, he was Minister of Religion.
He was Minister of everything.
Yeah, half a government.
Right.
We went, the three of us, to the Wailing Wall. Mr. Carter was between us. He prayed deeply. He put a note in the wall. Yes, exactly. You are very good at it. And then Mr. Burg hears him murmuring, saying, and may Israel give back all the occupied territories. He turns to me and he said to me, Menachem, did you hear what he said just now? I told him, don't worry, let him talk to the wall. How do you say it in English?
Let him talk to the wall. Red to the vant.
And since then, Tuvia is singing all the way to the bank. When you start, they begin.
When they begin, they'll begin.
You start with
back
begin.
the soul.
You started his career as an
No, with begin.
With begin.
You began with the begin.
I began in the beginning.
Begin said the yes, and now he's carrying on the no with Shamir. You know the famous joke about Shamir saying the no. That once Bush has called his office, and Shamir said to his secretary, will you please answer him? And Shamir sat there and he heard his secretary telling the President of the United States, no, Mr. President, no, 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 no. No, 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 yes, no, no, no. And then Shemay, what? Were they yes, you have said. No, he asked if we hear them well.
We'll be back in 1 minute after a commercial break to return to the Leon Charney Comedy Hour. This is not the Leon Charney Report. This is really comedy. I think what we'll do is make a cassette of this, sell it for $19.99 in shekels.
We are in anyway.
And you get partnership. You boys will make a few rubles. He went to Russia last week, and he knows what rubles are.
You are our interviewer or you are our lawyer?
I don't know. In my condition, it doesn't matter. We'll be back in 1 minute after commercial break. Ask Tuvia Tzafir who's the hardest man that he's ever done.
I got the job.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, who told you about the National Business Employment Weekly? Who told you it has hundreds of high-paying jobs open all across the country? Professional, technical, managerial?
I thought I told you about it. How the articles help you get a job. Write sharper resumes. Have better interviews.
No. I told you, remember? How to get along with your boss, get a raise, get promoted.
Let me see. You told me about the great jobs in the National Business Employment Weekly.
And the help in landing them. And doing better on the job.
So I really owe my new job to you?
Well...
Thank you, sweetheart. I told him.
Get the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand or order by credit card and get 8 issues by first-class mail for $35. Call 800-323-1900. 800-323-1900. The National Business Employment Weekly.
Don't make a career move without it.
Remember me? I'm the kid that had a report due on space. Then I got the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
He had a report due on space, and then he got the new Encyclopedia...
I think I made that abundantly clear.
Yes.
Anyhow, here it is. I mean, hey, everybody knows this is the greatest encyclopedia in the world. Help me get a B+.
Why not an A?
Too long. I found so much great information, I put it all in. Overkill. The next report I did was for my science class on the human body. Scored an A.
Good.
Look at this. I always wondered where my mandibula was.
For details on how you can own the new Encyclopedia Britannica,
Let's have that 800 number. Excellent.
just call this number and we'll send you this free booklet.
Tell them about the gift.
And just for previewing Britannica in your home, we'll give you this 3-volume desk reference set.
This is like having your own research library at home.
Yes. So if you would be interested in owning the new Encyclopedia Britannica,
Don't press. They see the phone number. If they want to, they'll call.
I guess you're right.
Trust me.
For the man who really loves his golf, nothing will stand in his way when he wants to play. He'll play anywhere. Trouble, however, can be encountered on any golf course. Hazards like heavy rough. Golf Digest magazine can help. Every golfer wants to improve, but the golfer who improves most reads Golf Digest. For him, sand shots are easy. Golf Digest's instructional articles can even see you through the perils of a water hazard. Your favorite course may be less treacherous than this one, but probably no less demanding. Wherever you play, play better with Golf Digest.
Get a full year of Golf Digest for $19.77. Call 800-223-1100 now and get our free half-hour instructional video with your paid subscription. Call 800-223-1100 now.
We're back. I'm Leon Charney. We've got a great surprise for you. Henry Kissinger just landed in Israel, Meni.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he's here. He's probably trying to get back Kilometer 101.
No, he's here because Tuvia is here, and Tuvia may bring whoever he wants. But Tuvia will never bring Reagan. You know why?
Why?
The difference between Reagan and Kissinger is their Nancy.
Oh! Kitty Kelly, you listen to that because you ain't heard nothing yet.
Yes, Kitty Kelly will never have Nancy Kissinger in his hands.
Kitty Kelly called me. I had a lawsuit once against Frank Sinatra, and she called me. She wanted to have some information on him, and I said to her, Kelly, I don't give information. If your name is Greenberg, we got a chance. She didn't understand me.
Yeah. Did you imagine Kitty Kelly will write a book about Nancy Kissinger dancing with whom? With Tiny Tim?
With Shamir, maybe. I don't know.
When he was in Jerusalem, when he was in office, he was in King David.
Yes.
King David Hotel.
And in the same time, they found puppies. Puppies?
Puppies?
Yes, puppies. You know that they made
illegal flowers.
They made opium
of
it. Yes.
Really?
In the garden of King David Hotel.
And my speech there then was like that. Ladies and gentlemen, hi. Very high. We had constructive talks on masturbation in the Middle East with the Syrian president, Hafez al-Nafas. We can fly. All we can do is love, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Dance in the sky with diamonds. Big. Whatever.
But we have here also another good friend, the Godfather. And I want to tell you something before I eat the olives.
Which olives?
The olives, the zaitin that
olives.
I put.
He puts olives in his mouth in order to get Marlon Brando as the Godfather.
That's it. But I like this country very much.
Why?
Because it's the biggest mafia than we are.
The Israeli mob.
There was a great line in your show before, I'm not sure I remember it, about the difference between televising a prostitute with a politician, and the problem was you didn't know who was who when you played the tape.
Yes.
Give us that story, Meni. It was hysterical.
No comment.
I did it as a soldier during my serving.
Well, I'll tell it to you. They said they taped a prostitute with a politician, and there have been incidents like that in America. And the problem was when the police examined the tape, I'm paraphrasing it, they couldn't tell who was who. So this cracked me up, and the audience went hysterical.
Attention all Americans age 65 or older on Medicare. Medicare's 1991 cutbacks leave you with record gaps in your health care coverage. If you do not have a Medicare supplement, you are advised to protect yourself with National Home Life Secure Care plans that help cover the record cutbacks as well as Medicare's existing gaps. Call this number now. If you have a Medicare supplement, you are advised to compare it to all these benefits Secure Care covers. Call this number now. Secure Care pays Medicare's 1991 cutbacks, plus benefits not found in many other plans, like care at home and excess doctor charges, and comes with affordable rates and personal customer service. Don't miss this opportunity to call now for free information on Secure Care.
Call 1-800-847-8700. 1-800-847-8700. 1-800-847-8700. Call now.
If you think Architectural Digest is only for architects, take another look. Architectural Digest covers the entire spectrum of fine design. Take inspiration from our pages, then put it to work with our exclusive insider's advice on where to shop and how to buy. If you think Architectural Digest is an investment to be saved and savored again and again, then you are right. Each spectacular issue brings you the very best in interior design, art, antiques, and travel. Call now, and you'll find the investment is smarter than ever with 12 fabulous issues for just $29.95. As part of this offer, you'll receive this special bonus, Celebrity Homes Revisited, your free gift as a new subscriber.
Call toll-free 800-241-0700 for Architectural Digest. That's 800-241-0700.
When you study these personalities and you get their movements, their body movements, does it take a long period of time until you really get it down pat, or it's natural to you right now?
I learned by experience that the main thing is watching and concentrating, and if you have the talent, you have it. I mean, you can have an impersonation just like that, and sometimes it takes a lot of time and watching and rewatching. Like the late Moshe Dayan, you know Moshe Dayan?
One patch.
It was a hard nut for me to crack. I tried to do him several times and I didn't. Then I went to the television house and watched a lot of his newsreels and and all of a sudden I saw that all of it, the secret is
the patch.
And when I got it, it was very, very easy to impersonate Moshe Dayan. Very easy, just like that. If I mention the Chief of Staff, late Chief of Staff, can I react about the threat of the Syrians now from another Chief of Staff, Raful?
Yes.
Yeah?
Raful Eitan was Chief of Staff during the period that Ezer Weitzman was Defense Minister, and he basically comes from a farming background. And he usually looks like a farmer. We went to a ceremony for Yossi Peled, the Northern Commander, who was relieved of his post last week, and Raful was there in full dress, a sweatshirt and jeans.
Yes, and he comes from Emek Israel. Emek Israel, how shall I describe? It's like Iowa. Iowa of Israel.
Right.
Somewhere in the middle of the middle of the middle of how small Israel can be, there is a middle, which is a farm in a village which is called Tel Adashim, where comes Raful from.
The question was about the Syrian threat, about the Scud missiles.
With a chemical weapon.
It doesn't impress me at all.
Why?
I don't care about it.
Really?
We have in our farm a horse who like hell. What are you making, Meni? Meni, what? Meni, what are you doing? It won't help. החלום שלי זה לעשות עמידת ידיים, אבל אני לא מסוגל. להוציא אותם מהשימוש. And you know, now I'm a Minister of Agriculture, and I make in the farm, from olives, I make water.
Sorry?
I make water from olives because the situation with the water is very low now. We have to invent new inventions.
Leon, we have some problems with the English. I think we couldn't understand the last sentence, Mr. Eitan, Raful as we call him in Israel. You've just said you made water of olives?
Yes.
Now, come on. How is it possible? Can you make water of olives?
If they made you master of ceremony, we can make water from olives as well.
And if Leon Chani can do a television show, why can't Raful make... That's true. Everything can happen in this country. This is a land of miracles. Many. We're going to be back with you for some wrap-ups here. It's been a sensational show, probably the best we've done in 2.5 years. We probably got nothing on tape because my producer was hysterically laughing, so we probably lost everything. His name is Elliot Rose. It used to be Elliot Rose.
How are you?
He's worked very hard. He's been on a very strict diet. He's had hummus for lunch, cupcakes for dinner, and then pizza, and after that
now he understands personally what chemical weapon means.
And he goes to sleep with fresh yogurt. They say it has only 128 calories. That's the way he's done his diet. He looks very trim and slim, and he's going to fly. We don't know how yet. Well, anyway, we'll be back in 1 minute after commercial break to continue with Mr. Czafir. I want to tell you this has been a sensational show. No more war, no more peace, no more...
Should your name be on this envelope? It should if you or someone you love is over age 50, and it will be addressed to you if you call now for this important information. Free information about a life insurance policy designed especially for people age 50 and over. Life insurance with no physical examination and no medical questions. You cannot be turned down, regardless of your health or for any reason. And your premium will be $6.95 a month and will never increase. Inter-America Life Insurance Company wants to send you the important information in this envelope, and it's free. So if you are over age 50 and thought it would be difficult to buy life insurance, shouldn't you call now? Here's the number.
Call 1-800-422-9900 for free information and your free guide to Social Security. Call now, 1-800-422-9900.
We're back. I'm here with the greatest, Votovia Czafir, the greatest impressionist that I've seen, better than Rich Little. Rich Little, you go home and retire. Something that people claim Perez and Rabin ought to do. And Meni Peer, the Johnny Carson of Israel. You know, Johnny's been on there about 30 years, Meni.
Yeah, I
you
know.
want to come over and take his place?
Not yet, in 30 years.
But if you boogie, you can do Arsenio Hall.
You know, once I've been there in Burbank somewhere.
Burbank, yeah.
Burbank, and what was his name? Fred, not La Sala, the other one, Cordova. Cordova, he took me there, and I saw the cue cards, the idiot cards that they call there, and in this specific day, his 6-minute monologue opened with, "I'm Johnny Carson, who do you think I am?" Because there was a critic who said he's not Johnny Carson as he used to be. And they wrote it, "I am JC, who do you think I am?" And then when we went there, Freddie Cordova said...
the same writer that Reagan had. You ever meet President Reagan?
Not yet.
My name is Ronald Reagan. The court says, yes, I am Ronald Reagan. It is a day today. Yes, it is a day.
But they wrote it in abbreviations. Hi, I am J. Theta. And Freddie Cordova said, will you please write down for him in the evening at 5:30 in Burbank, I am Johnny Carson, because if he sees on stage, hi, I'm JC, he may say, hi, I'm Jesus Christ, who do you think I am? I'm not in that position in Israel.
Vטוביה, who's next? Who's next?
Maybe Mr. Rabin? Mr. Rabin, Yitzhak Rabin?
You don't have enough time for that.
Yeah, that will fill the show. I mean, he talks so swiftly, you know, so quick.
But he's quicker than Chaim Bar-Lev.
You know, have you heard the last talk between the two of them?
No.
Bar-Lev asks him, Yitzhak, what's the time? Rabin turns to him and said to him, when you asked me, it was 5 o'clock. Now it's 9:55, and it's time to finish the show. Thank you.
לא צריך לחכות עד בוש. אני חושב שצריך לעשות הכל כדי לסלק מהזירה את סאדאת. אבל אם זה לא ילך, אני מוכן להסתפק בשמעון פרס.
דצה ביום העצמאות. אם הוא יקבל את ההמשך הזה יהיה ככה. כאן מחזיק את הכיסא בשתי נתיים ויגם בבויסה ויגם איס אנגר לו על הראש עם הכיס.
We'll see you next week with another show. We can never top this one. I don't know who we're going to interview next week. Nancy Reagan, maybe. I don't know.
The preceding program was paid for by CCN Broadcasting Limited. It comes to you from WNYC's Lease Time Service, a distinct component of WNYC TV.